Before we develop the blockchain application, let's organize this project with a couple folders to keep things clean, since we're starting to have quite a few files now. Well, right now all of our files are related to building the actual blockchain with a blockchain and a block class, as well as their testing files. Soon enough though, we'll create some new files that are more related to setting up an application around these blockchain files, rather than these core objects themselves. So to recognize that, let's make a blockchain specific folder and place all of our current files within that relate to the block and the blockchain. So we're going to have a new folder at the root of the project called blockchain. And then we're going to move our blockchain.js file as well as its blockchain.test.js file. Once more the block file, and finally the block.test.js file into that blockchain folder. Notice too that the blockchain.js folder, or rather the file, shares the same name as the folder. So in JavaScript, as a convenience, we can rename the blockchain.js file to index.js to make our imports a little easier when we require them in other files. And likewise, if we're naming index.js for the blockchain class file, we should rename blockchain.test.js to index.test.js. Great. Now, this does break one piece of existing code within our project. In our index.test.js file, right at the top, we're requiring the blockchain file as a dependency. But now that we've renamed the module to index.js, we're going to have to require this as the index file. So that we should save this. And then if we jump to the command line, everything should be working just as before. So in the command line now, notice that all the tests are still passing. If you press A in the Jest runner, that will rerun all the tests. And indeed, all the tests still pass. So we've indeed reorganized all of our files into our blockchain folder successfully. All right, let's head back to the code editor. Now, one more thing that we'll do is create a new folder called app, which will be the folder that we'll use to create our application. And in this app folder, let's also initialize it with the default index.js file. So our new file is index.js. And great, the project is organized, and now we're ready to develop an application around our blockchain code.